All right, everybody, and here we are. We are back in the recording booth in the new studio. I haven't been here since the time of X-Wing and Netrunner and
in the booth,
Destiny and all of that. So great to see you all back. We're glad to be here. We're actually going to do commentary on a very special game, which is the finals of SorceryCon 2024 in Seattle. And it's special because Zach was in that finals game.
This is the limited tournament.
This is a limited tournament. That's how you know it's a limited tournament, because Zach was in the finals. We're not good enough at constructed yet.
Swiss round, 6 rounds, 64 players, cut to top 8. Top 8 draft. We have a video where we're actually filming the draft.
Yep.
Which is cool. We just recorded the commentary on that. So if you want to watch that, you can do that before that. You don't have to. This is going to be the game of the finals.
Tell us a little bit about your first 2 games. How did that go?
So in top 8, I was playing against Zafar, and he actually beat me. He was one of my losses in the constructed tournament the day before, and he was one of my losses, the only loss in Swiss at the Shield event.
Cool.
Played the top 8, and honestly, he made a couple really big mistakes. Mm-hmm. He played a berry on my sandworms,
which has burrowing.
They have burrowing.
Yeah.
He also, for one reason or another, his second site up was an earth site. Played a foot soldier, and then moved up the wolves. And he had like 6 or 7 wolves in his deck. That was kind of the vibe he was going. And then I just deserted them both off the table. Mm-hmm. And so that was turn 2. And then turn 3, he tried to bury my thing.
Unfortunate.
And it was just too much for him to overcome. The top 4, I was playing as Aaron. Ironically, Zafar, Aaron, and then Justin in the finals here, all from Arizona, all part of the Gamers Guild store out there. Yeah. And so my whole run to the finals was Gamers Guild, Gamers Guild, Gamers Guild. But Aaron... we had a really close game, and there weren't any big mistakes as far as I could tell. But he did have the Puppet Master takes over something, right? Yeah. But only has 1 health. And I remember it was a key moment in the game. I started my turn, I drew a sight, and I knew I had about a 60% chance to draw a fire sight, but 40% chance I don't. And I did draw, and I could play a sight and get rid of it immediately. And that kind of like, he spent a lot of resources to essentially do nothing and a card. But that one was a really close game, and I felt like it could have definitely gone either way. And then here I am somehow in the finals.
Playing against Justin, yeah. So this is the finals of the draft. We're going to kick this off, and looks like both players are playing Sorcerer, so let's get into it, shall we? Looking at you both here with your SorceryCon Seattle playmats.
Big fan of those.
Really beautiful. They had art basically commissioned for the event to make a rendering of Seattle in the Sorcery universe.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Doing the high roll, and I got the 1.
All right. Give him the Shooter McGavin there. I like to see that.
Okay.
And here we go. Good luck to both.
Justin was a really great opponent. We had a lot of good banter in the finals. It's cool.
He took me out in the sealed Swiss as well.
Yeah.
He was great to play against.
I actually played him 1 round in the constructed Swiss. And I was able to get that game, but he was a really great opponent, one of my favorite opponents on the weekend.
So you're both on Sorcerer, so no real advantage there. And that's pretty standard for Limited. You're going to see both players on Sorcerer most of the time. Looks like you did a 2-card mulligan on your spells, your main hand.
I see a Spectral Stalker in my hand. I kept my sights.
And you do have an air sight, so you can do a little turn 1 Spectral Stalker, the old Jesse W special.
Jesse W.
Jesse winning agenda himself.
Yeah. All right. So definitely, a lot of times you like to play the Earth side just like Justin did and get a foot soldier on the table for if you're not going to spend your resources. But I'm going to go ahead and draw a sight, and I'm looking for Threshold here.
Yeah. Ooh, another air.
And so do I want to use the air sight? And he has the foot soldier, so the Spectral Shocker are a little weaker.
Yeah, not quite as exciting.
So I'm actually going to wait.
All right. He's waiting. He's just biding his time. I like that, actually. I think it's really easy to get in the habit of Spectral Stalker, but whenever you're in this kind of... I mean, the foot soldier being there just makes it so much less threatening.
Yeah. And it's really normal for people to play their sight up just like this. He's playing an air sight, so he's going to 3. And he's putting a kite archer down.
Now, that's tough. That takes away your... Now, the ability doesn't matter so much, the move ability in this particular case, and in most cases it doesn't matter too much. But just a ranged unit sitting there, so if you play up as you expect yourself to do, and then anything 2 health or less is just immediately dead, so you just can't do it. Unless you drafted that Tufted Turtles and are playing it in your deck, which we know you're not.
I am not playing it, no. It's a blue. have a staunch stance there.
Y'all, come on. Tufted Turtles is the best card in this game.
They are good. All right.
So drawing a spell for turn.
Do a spell. And we got Scorpions.
And see, you can't play the Scorpos.
Yeah, that's right. That's a problem. Ranged unit there is really good. And you do want to play a location. You don't want to fall behind on the resource front. I'm going to go ahead and play the tower there to get the extra resource.
And we're just going trolls here? If you play trolls here, Zach, that's so risky. I'm so scared for you if you play trolls. Okay, I like that. Great. Wild Boars. Love it. And the Stalker. Now that's thinking.
Yeah, so getting value out. I'm not putting anything for the Kite Archer to get. But if he wants to bring the Kite Archer over, I have an answer in the Boars.
Yeah. Now, Stalker's fascinating too, right? You could play it mid. You could play it like mid next to Kite Archer and threaten another drop that he might have this turn.
The problem with that is if he plays a location, he can just Kite Archer him off the table.
That's exactly why you don't do that.
Yeah. And he is bringing a location over. And I like getting my opponent to do that. That's part of the Spectral Stalker play there.
He's making a footy there. So got 2 resources remaining. And just solidifying the back row. Playing some serious checkers here. You know, you can't move, or you can't win if they don't move their back row.
A tale as old as time.
Justin's overpowering a foot soldier.
Wow.
So, you know, and in the grand scheme of things, you just got to... That's card for card.
He's trying to move the foot soldier, but he can't because it just came in. It was a card to card.
Card for card, but he's up a foot soldier.
Yeah.
Grand scheme of things.
And, like, the Spectral Stalker becomes a problem if you don't deal with it.
Yeah. He's just floating around. He's creepy.
Yeah.
Nobody
he
likes
is creepy. And I could have things like if I draw like a grapple shot, quickly opens up some problems for him.
I honestly, grapple shot Boars here into the Kite Archer is not terrible. Swing into the site for 2.
I see that heat ray here, which would be a solid. I can poke with the desert, which doesn't really matter because the heat ray is going to take care of it. I can play it. But the new projectile rules, I can skip the allied units on my.
It's gonna be a great final
You see me here asking a rules question.
Shoot a projectile from here.
Let's zoom in.
You don't because they miss your guys.
Great. I know how to play. Hey man.
It's Sorcery at its finest right there, honestly. In a finals. I love finals being this. That's a good sign for a game.
Yeah, so this is really a great time to have that because it's going to get rid of the Kite Archer and do 2 to his avatar, taking him down to 18. Now I got to move the Boars up, and I'm putting the question on him.
Mm-hmm. All right, Boars are they're gonna be. Yeah.
And both his foot soldiers now off in La La Land.
Yeah, they are truly in La La Land.
Yeah, he's also got another problem, which is if he doesn't play a site in that spot between our sites right now, I'm going to be able to advance up. And if I play a fire site, I can clear both foot soldiers.
He's got to cover for the desert. Yeah. Desert being played here on that site, killing both foot soldiers, no matter where they go, is a problem.
And I don't remember. Did he just top? I don't think you saw it either. But did he top deck that site? I think I remember thinking, whatever he draws, he's going to have to play, even if he doesn't need the ability right now.
Right on. I could see that. It looks like it is an air site.
And I'm not sure he has a lot to do with his extra resource if he gets it.
I see a Midnight Rogue in there.
So he's going up to 5. Here's the Midnight Rogue.
Yeah, so it's
a good answer.
But also, you kind of want to drop like an Amazon Warriors there, you know?
Yeah. So he played an air site for not a lot of reasons there.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I love about sorcery. There's this push and pull that is a good example of the indirect effect of what had happened at the table. Spectral Stalker got him to play the air site down. Then me putting the fire site there is getting him to play the air site early. It's really cool.
And, you know, a lot of times you just play the air sites even if you can't use the acceleration. It's just the way the cards came up. I think he probably makes that play. He probably goes to 4 mana even if he can't use the air site right now. Even if you weren't threatening the advance there.
Yeah, look at this tank here. Just thinking. See Zafar back there standing up.
And it's
Not
like
David,
you could try here to you don't want to trade.
All right, so I'm going air.
Okay.
We're at 6.
That's a lot of money.
And I'm thinking about it for some reason.
You're at 5, yeah? 5? 5.
I learned how good this guy was from you.
5, yeah, 5. He's commenting on learning in the... I may have played him in Swiss. And I had...
the Midnight Rogue.
The Midnight Rogue. And I'm attacking to try to get him out of stealth.
Yeah, you're basically you're trading 2 damage for a card here because you can move the Boars over and they're basically ineffective for maybe the rest of the game. So Sandworm there. Now you can block, but you're going to lose the boars to a range strike if he wants it.
Yeah, but I would be happy if he takes them out of stealth. Because if not, it's just going to be a constant. I got 2 in, and if he has to waste his action removing a thing, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Justin does here. This is going to be actually a fascinating question.
I've also learned, I could have just moved over or waited with the boars. But if he sends a heat ray back my direction, I got nothing out of it.
Yeah. So this is happening there.
He's ranged, and I joked about blocking.
You're not stealth anymore.
Range strike happens, so unstealthed. Just a normal 2/2 unit with range, still quite good, but ready to be either attacked by a sandworm and blocked with the foot soldier there. Choose your favorite. Look at those foot soldiers, just great blockers for that Midnight Rogue right there.
Yep. Whirling Blades would be good.
Oh, I think I see Justin trying to play up to Highland Clansman there. I think I see Highland Clansman on the far left, and having to pass here is massive, Zach.
So it's so crazy. He had to draw a sight because he didn't have one hand. If he hadn't been forced to play the air sight previously, he'd be on 5 this turn.
Yeah.
With the air sight, and he could play the Clansman. Oh, it's Clansman 7.
Clansman 7, yeah. That's just, it looks like tough draws here for Justin. I mean, is he all high curve? Sandworm is running this table right now.
I mean, he's got all those blockers, though. So I need to have something to get in there.
Drop a fire sight up, take out one of the foot soldiers. Do you have a fire sight? Probably do. You do not have a fire sight, probably.
Okay, so he blocked with a foot soldier.
Actually, a judge question, because I don't actually know how this blocking works. If I jump with these...
He can block and leave everything in if he wants to. Now, that's good for you, though. I would feel good about that trade.
I want him to do this.
So everything trades.
Now, that's like my beefiest unit in the game.
That's a good point.
But I like if I can just clear his board, and especially because I'm now the one playing first. Now I'm moving a side up there and getting a foot soldier.
Yeah, so now your 2 foot soldier tokens up, your 1 resource up, but I'm going to imagine that Justin has more spells in hand. Must. Okay, there's the Scorpions. Getting out of the way of the heat ray and kind of the weird stuff that the sorcerer can throw down.
100%.
Just threaten a little tooth womper.
So he's drawn another site here.
Got air in different area codes. That is not what Justin's looking for here.
Now, it seems like he's on air earth.
You don't think he's got fire in there? It could be he has fire and he's threshold locked currently, but...
Yeah, he's digging.
Unlikely.
What is it?
That's that hounds.
The hounds are back.
Hounds of a million. It's kind of an interesting place to put the hounds there.
I can block for his avatar. That's my earth side right above it. So he's in striking distance technically. I don't think
he's got void walk, right? So
he could be frisky with it.
He could be a little frisky. Yeah, at least insulate it from a barrier or something.
Why he put it?
He's got burrowing, so he's fine.
Yeah. Just getting the damage in.
Scorpo's coming in.
And 14 to 20. Still, we're just barely. Again, I think you're seeing the draft power levels. Now he's got a big old airborne unit now. That's a problem.
Oh, yeah, it is airborne. That's kind of a bit of a bomb in limited here.
Let me pull it up.
And that's kind of that's the fun push-pull of Sorcery. You get your sight into their territory, but now they have easy swinging on it.
Yeah, and we know he had the Klansman, right? So if he plays another air site that gives him +1, he's going to be able to play it. That's going to be a huge... just 5 immediately, one direction or another.
Yeah, it's a big swing.
So I just tapped and drew, or I played it. No, I drew this turn.
And you attacked the Scorpion and attacked with the Scorpion, etc.
So interesting, I can just block this, no matter which, if it goes there. There he is.
And here we go. So this is Justin's big high curve plays. Like this is paying off right now. So that's 5 being blocked by a foot soldier. That is the greatest use of a foot soldier token I believe I have ever seen.
Yeah, because I could have just played the Spectral Stalker on that turn 1. And then I wouldn't have that blocker sitting there for this exact moment. Now, he could have played it up north and swung to the same side as the Hound.
Yeah, what do you worry about? Cave in?
or I could play a what's the card that buries everything?
Cave-in.
Earthquake
As well, yeah.
Yeah, just if you pile up unit, I could still Earthquake him from this position.
Yeah, I think it's probably like insulated from cave-in. It's insulated a little bit from like grapple shot.
Yeah, now I do have a grapple shot in hand, and I'm considering which unit is more threatening.
Dude, so if he had put Howling Clansman over there with the Hounds, I mean, now you're grapple shot into one, swing the other one, and
that's a good reason not to put them on the same location.
It's real good, yeah. That's a lot of value off the table.
Drawing a sight for the start of my turn. I don't know what I think I just need sights to play.
You're only at 5 currently?
Yeah, 5, because I got that sneaky earth sight.
Yeah. It's hard to see what's in your hand, which I kind of like.
Yeah, for
Keeps
me,
the intensity high.
I think the Clansman's a problem because it's just going to hit me for 5. But Airborne's way worse.
Yeah.
In terms of priority level for me. Airborne at 4 is worse to me than just 5 straight up, especially with my health lead right now. I can afford to take a little bit of damage as long as I can keep the board clear.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm trying to see what's in my hand over there.
So you probably grapple into the Hound.
Yeah. And then you can swing for 2.
And swing for 2. Yeah.
I'm thinking
you got to draw with that sorcerer before you make a plan.
Well, unless I'm playing a sight.
Yeah, true. Don't you dare run last click on me.
For those unfamiliar, that's a Netrunner vernacular.
Currently being managed by Null Signal Games. Check it out. It's still happening.
I like the crowd just watching. And there's people all next to the camera, too.
Yeah, it's
really
fun.
cool vibe.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, we're drawing with the sorcerer. We decided not to play a sight that turn.
I saw it was foil, so that's got to be that flanking maneuver.
It's that flanking maneuver. Oh my gosh, that is such a good flanking maneuver right now.
Yeah.
You can get your Scorpo in the corner and swing into the Hound if you want. Except Airborne, you can't.
No, you can't. You cannot.
But you can get the Clansman.
Yep.
Waving a magic spell around there.
So I didn't have grapple shot, I had common sense, which means I can go get the grapple shot.
Yeah.
And we're going to grapple shot into the Hound to get rid of it.
And now do you swing down or do you... Yeah, you got to swing down or swing over. Swing down, probably. Again, a little heat ray insulation.
Now, interestingly, the swing down flanking maneuver put me right back with the Clansman. So I hit over. Can't flank from there. Mm-mm. No location for me left to flank to.
Oh, that's true.
But I also pretty sure I have Whirling Blades in hand. So I want to be close to the Clansman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah. So when your opponent does things that maybe are a little bit weird, because I think most people would swing to the corner and just say, well, you're going to have to like waste so much time down here. But I guess with your sight being right where it is, that's still a very fine offensive position. So
yeah, so he's not swinging over to get away from my Scorpions, because if he just swings at that location, Scorpions can move and attack it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to lose that exchange. He gets on the board 5.
If he swings down into your sorcerer, you still can grapple shot or
yeah,
do fancy things. So this is the safest.
Let's see what he does. Drawing a spell.
Drawing a spell.
Is that another Clansman? Gross. Dead of Night Demon. So he has another Clansman, but he instead plays a Pegasus and a Dead of Night Demon.
Oh, those are good units. Oh, man. Tempo shift.
Yep.
Okay. So we're back in it here. 15 to 12. Card advantage is about equal here.
And he's a little down on health, but he's ahead on board.
Mm-hmm. This is a good-looking board. Drawing a spell. All right, it's time to start wiggling.
Okay, so I got another Scorpions in hand. And I'm at 5 resources.
And you do have whirling here?
I think I have whirling.
Now you got to think.
Yeah, so I have an option. I could, if I don't know, if I have an air sight, I could play the Scorpion and then Whirling Blades and remove the Clansman and the Pegasus.
That seems pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that's what you'll do, right?
Yep. Yeah, probably. I also, before I do that though, I remember thinking I want to use the Scorpion first. Because if I can get him to block, I'm going to clear the whole board.
Yeah, okay.
So he blocks, removes his stealth unit, it's gone. And then now I get to clear the whole board.
Justin likes the trades.
Mm-hmm.
He probably thinks he has a higher curve. Like, it looks like he got a lot of clansmen and stuff. So,
yeah, and he's got another clansman. There we go. So I'm whirling blades, clear both, leave the scorpion. That's a huge play.
massive. Dude, that is absolutely massive.
Yeah, just gone. And he's got a clansman left. Looks like he may have another Dead of Night you made up there.
Wow. I like that casual look across the table after that happens, too. Don't you love that every time? It's like, yeah, this year dead. Okay, moving on. Everyone's like, okay, cool. Like, inside, you're like, how
Just
dare
screaming.
he?
Yeah. I can't tell what that side is at all. But he put another
Looks
side
like a
over
tower.
there. Yeah, there it is. There's another clansman.
This
hitting
looks
for
familiar.
5.
See, I don't know. Do you throw clansmen over to the side, like as far up as you can there? I guess you can't really. You don't want to be in a straight line with the scorpion.
Yeah, another grapple shot.
So this is probably absolutely right.
Yeah, there's no, because of the location placement, there's no way for me to attack with scorpion and grapple shot the clansman, which would be very bad for him.
Yeah.
Maybe a reason he made the finals. He's on it.
Mm-hmm. That's the beef there. It's happening here.
All right, so I'm cutting off his location placement.
Ugh.
There's the Bane Spider.
Great choice in the draft, I guess, huh?
Yeah, swinging there.
Just keep it in the corner, huh?
Just doing 2. And now we're at a position where we're tied on health. He's got 1 card in hand. I've got 1 card in hand.
You've got two weenies on the board.
We've got 2 things out, and I'm at 3, 4, 5, 7 resources to his.
Boy, we're close here.
7. 7 to 7.
We're close here.
It's a tight game.
This is a tight game. This is an incredible game of sorcery right here.
Yeah, wildly, this is a really tight game. Is that a root spider in his hand?
And now we're just going to be drawing 2 cards a turn, and it's all on, baby.
Yeah. Oh, it's got a cave in?
Yeah, cave in is like essentially the mass removal, mass bury.
Everything on a site?
Everything on a site, yeah. And artifacts, too.
Bro, all minions, artifacts occupy target land site.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah. So now we're going to see quality of cards.
Well, luckily we saw how you drafted,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah. So he's playing Common Sense. He's going digging.
What does he get? Amazon Warriors? Do you have Amazon Warriors?
I sure hope not. Yikes.
He does. Oh, he does.
I think I saw another Amazon Warriors in there. He stole all the beef.
Yeah, Justin's the owner of Arby's on this particular draft.
All right, Amazon Warriors over in the corner. Now, if you remember, the 1 card in my hand, flanking maneuver.
Oh, no.
Get that Scorpions over there and swing into the Warriors and draw a card. That's a good trade for me. That is
What a squirrely little deck.
a good trade.
I would be furious if I was
Yeah,
Justin.
it's like, how did you get those Scorpions over here again? And I got the Bane Widow just to poke for 1. Let's go.
Wow.
I'm tapping to draw.
Yeah, this is just two.
Draw 2 and see what happens.
2 card. We're getting into sorcery now. Now, this is sorcery at its finest. Look at the evocative nature of the board here.
Oh, here we go.
Here
Foil
we
flanking
go.
maneuver. He said, of course. Oh, man, you love to see it.
And then you drew a grapple shot.
Oh, it's even worse.
Come on.
Unbelievable.
Do you think you grapple shot there, or do you just trade Scorpion? In retrospect.
Well, I feel like with the number of cards we have, keeping the lethal unit on the board and getting damage in here, we're getting pretty close to
Yeah,
like
it's
the end
true.
of the game.
It's true. It's just you think like
I think I can go either way. There's not a lot of better things I can be grapple shotting with.
that's true, and it looks like you just have Dead of Night and Mad Dash in your hand. So if you go to no units, as Mad Dash is pointless. There's
Plays
a
the
root spot.
there.
Okay,
Locks up the score. See, he's
See
had
ya.
enough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, and think about if my zombie, that's an inefficient unit.
Yeah, that unit is bad, but it's a zombie, so it keeps coming back.
Flanking maneuvers.
More grapple shot or whirling blades. Yeah, whatever they got.
Right here. Good.
There's the skirmishers. See, that's where if you have that grapple shot, it could get really good, but how do you know?
I mean, skirmish is also just a good. He's gonna have to have removal. He's got a problem.
We haven't seen much removal from Justin.
Well, he's got no fire.
He does have Cave-In. We saw Cave-In in his hand.
So like he's on air earth right now. which has some, but I took all the grapple shots.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So you'd be looking for like berries and cave-ins.
I think I saw an Incinerate in my hand too. And that'll be relevant. If you see me move my avatar up, it's because I think I'm preparing for Death's Door lethal. It's also just removal, right? Mm-hmm. If he plays anything close to me, I can just clear it.
Okay, so Skirmisher's there. That's okay. Yeah, okay. So that's just really threatening. You just have to deal with that.
Yeah.
You got to play something there.
Yeah, and then hopefully my Dead of Night Demon is just going to keep poking over on the side. He's only at 7, so...
You could like blink Root Spider over there and disable it. That frees up your Scorpion.
Yeah, and he has to remove the Skirmishers.
I think he's going to cave him in here.
Yeah.
I think you're right. He's got to cave him in. Right?
And he has to remove it. Like, I can still block with this Bane. That's why I didn't move the Bane Widow or do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case he needs to attack with the zombies and then do something to try to get rid of it.
Yeah,
that. So he's drawing a spell.
Like in case he plays another Highland Clansman, swings into him. Yeah, so cave in, there you go. Yeah,
I'm glad to get that out of hand.
You just got to do that. That's just strong card for strong card.
He's trading again there.
Trades.
Oh, he's ahead. He's a 2-for-1.
Yeah, no trades needed.
Yeah, so if he doesn't have removal, I can block that with the Skirmishers.
Right.
But that's a good trade for him.
Justin kind of taking the driver's seat here. Plume Pegasus is incredible. It's an incredible unit in Limited. It's just so good.
All right. So I'm up a health a little bit here.
That was a huge counter volley, though. I mean, that swings it back in Justin's favor in my mind.
But he definitely...
He's 2 units to your 1. Cards are about the same. Plume Pegasus is strong.
Yeah. Now, with my Dead of Night Demon there, I could just wait and block that Pegasus at once.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not really up anything yet. So it didn't force me to respond to anything yet.
No. But you don't want to trade a Dead of Night Demon for a Peg and like lose your unit.
No.
He just kills your stuff.
No.
But Dead of Night's probably not going to do anything, right? It's probably not.
But you also don't want to waste it. So if my choices are attack and then he blocks it and kills it anyway, or wait and block a 3, I'll probably choose that one.
Mm-hmm. Like you'd rather prevent 3 than take 2. Like do 2 to him is better than preventing 3 to you, or vice versa.
Well, I can't really attack here because he can just block it.
Oh, right.
So attack and lose and do nothing, or wait and block.
Probably
of the choices.
You mean the thing that gets you some value is better than the one that gets you nothing? Got it.
I see that mad dash there. So it's card draw. It can also get my Dead of Night Demon in a place where he can't block it. If I move over next to his avatar and then swing to the site where his avatar's at.
Who's going to do that?
Well, I have mad dash in my hand.
Is +1 movement on Dead of Night?
Oh, it's only +1?
Uh-huh. Blaze is +2. If you have Blaze here, it's actually okay.
Yeah, I guess
it's not great.
I could move 2 to the right and then strike up where the zombie's at.
No, because it's +1 movement, and you do a move attack.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought that makes sense.
So yeah, we draw. In an absence of good options, we draw a card.
You see what I got there?
That lightning bolt just absolutely revolutionizes this turn, dude.
The lightning bolt.
It's horrible. So that card nets you a 1-for-1 trade +2 damage with the Dead of Night Demon. That is absurd.
And the trade is like a problem unit for me right now.
Yeah.
An Airborne 3 is a big, big problem.
And you throw Cave Trolls in there, so that's nice. Now it's interesting. So yeah, that's very fortunate. That's very good.
Just looking for answers.
That's very good.
Here I said that's very good for me.
Yeah.
I like the faces in the background.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so what are we looking at? You're at 7? So we play what? Cave Troll, Lightning Bolt? No, I mean 7 resources.
Yeah. Lightning Bolt. Yep. Now he's at 5.
This game is so good. It's absurd.
Yeah. Justin, he's got removal. I drafted a lot of that.
Yeah.
All right, Cave Trolls. So we're just threatening.
Yep.
And we have on table 5 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So if he does not remove a unit, I can absolutely get him to Death's Door.
Or play a blocker, or...
Yeah, if he doesn't deal with this in some manner, yeah. And Death's Door is always on my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. First to Death's Door is like...
Huge disadvantage.
Kiss of death, quite literally. Here we go. Now this is sorcery.
And his deck is mighty thin. You see that?
I think... Did he just draw Dispel? I don't like that card.
Yeah, especially in this format.
I saw a lot of people picking up Dispel. Maybe we're wrong.
I'm at 8. He hit me for 2.
Okay, Scourge Zombie in. And where are we going to go, Justin?
I do see Dispel. That's interesting.
There's a werewolf. Okay.
And what's this? Do you know the stats on the werewolf?
It's just a blocker, three power blocker, and then what do we have there? Is that the Crave Golem?
Yep.
That is a Crave Golem.
So
you rarely see that one.
Crave Golem, for those at home that may not know what it does, at the start of each player's turn, attacks a random minion within its range of motion. So it's either going to hit my cave trolls or go left to the scorpion.
And hit your scorpion, then get disabled.
Well, as soon as it goes, it's disabled, so it can't hit anymore.
Yeah.
So 50-50 shot.
Oh, this is massive.
Yes.
This is huge.
It's absolutely huge, yeah. 50-50.
So 50-50 now.
And if it goes over, he's got a problem.
Now, if he plays Crave Golem to the middle, no, he can't do that either.
Yeah, because it can't hit the zombie.
It could hit the zombie. So it's the same 50-50.
But at least if it goes over there and blanks, he can move the root spider.
Uh-huh.
And potentially, at that point, it hit the scorpion.
My turn. At the start
Or
of your
like,
turn.
you know,
Okay.
his options.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It'll be fun. It will. I'll pass. Let's throw some spice
Start
in.
my turn, so that's ready. My
Start of the turn. Here we go.
All right, evens hits
on the
me.
cave troll.
We want an odd. It's a 9.
It's an odd. Oh, man. Big
So it gets,
moment.
It disappears. That's so good for me. So cave trolls, I love the laugh. Cave trolls can sneak in for 3. And if I have a way to move the Dead of Night.
Or destroy if you can remove the werewolf, you can go to Death's Door here.
Yeah, I'm looking at my discard pile here, I think.
I saw assorted animals hit your hand.
Oh, moneymaker.
You got 2 Earth out, so you're ready to play.
Yeah.
But it's really not the play here.
Well, I think the play here really is the Mad Dash, so he can't block with the werewolf. And hit with I can get him to Death's Door with Mad Dash.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
And also kind of like be right on the doorstep to
Yeah.
threaten the kill. Right
Yeah,
on it.
and then if I have, then I can use assorted animals to fill the board up. And that's why I was looking at my discard pile to see what beasts were left in my deck. But yeah, Mad Dash will leave me 5 open.
So if Justin hits that Crave Golem onto Cave Troll, you can't get him to Death's Door this turn. He's got a 3 power unit to your 2 power, and the game is definitely on a different
Yeah.
moment.
Now, I could still, if he came after the Cave Troll, I could Mad Dash to get 2 in with the Dead of Night and draw a card. Then I could have sorted to go get 2 beasts, play one of them. So I still feel like I have a certain amount of tempo there, but yeah, it's way better for me if this happens.
We're gonna Mad Dash to give him +1 speed. So I'll draw a card. Yep. And then we'll go.
So much movement.
And Justin's all your cards are doing things.
Yeah. I mean, cards that draw cards and move, very powerful.
So powerful. Blink, Mad Dash, Riptide.
He already took his D20 off because he knew what was coming. All right, we got him on Death's Door. It's good. It's
And you got
looking
Incinerate
good.
in. Boy, there's a piece of me, Zach, here that just moves Sorcerer up.
I think that's exactly what you do.
Yeah.
Because then you can move up 1. There's nowhere he can get out of Incinerate
There's
range.
nowhere. Unless he has like a plus movement that can get him to the corner.
Yep.
And this move just signals to your opponent, yo.
Smells like an Incinerate. He knows. Here come the assorted animals, brought to you by SorceryCon.
Brought to you by the
So I'm looking. I got
strange draft pick.
the boss troll and the middling here. Just getting them in. So I think I paid so that I can still play them. Yeah, I'm just filling the board up. And passing. So essentially at Death's Door, he has to get his avatar to the corner, or I can incinerate.
Yeah.
Problem.
Or play a Blasted Oak.
Incinerate doesn't target though, right?
Just
everything
a site?
there.
Target a site, yeah. I think if it could target Blasted Oak site, it does. Of course, I've never seen the card in play, so I wouldn't know.
So who knows?
One day we will, though.
That's right.
That anti-lightning bolt deck will be needed.
Flanking maneuver is my favorite.
Yeah, I have one of those. They're good.
People leaning in there, I love it.
If you have an incinerate, I'm probably...
So Justin basically doing the math, and so you have to basically say, okay, if they have the incinerate, is there anything I can do to prevent the incinerate? The answer is almost certainly no.
He's moving Root Spider over. He's swinging with the Crave Golem.
Yeah.
Just to clear it. Doesn't want me to have a grapple shot option or something like that. Now, Avatar with the Root Spider under it is very good. But it's hard to deal with.
Yeah.
You basically have to have a direct damage spell.
So he's basically playing, again, to the out, right? Like if you don't have the Incinerate, if maybe you were planning to do just moving your Sorcerer in to cover more of a flank to make sure that you could have everything covered, you have to play to whatever your best winning position is. And I think this is it for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know if he has any movement. He could have tapped a draw to try to get some kind of like transport. What is that there?
That's Cape Troll.
Just filling the board.
Yeah.
He'd be in a decent spot if he wasn't on Death's Door.
Yeah. And then you go to 2.
I think he'd take me to 5.
I took you to 5, yeah.
Show me the incinerate, pass.
Yeah,
Show me Incinerate.
Follow the framework. I always do that too.
Yeah.
You don't want to make any stupid mistakes here in games like this.
If there's some weird, dodge roll, could that get him out of this?
Nope. There it is.
There it is. Incinerate for the win.
So you essentially move forward, play the Incinerate into the Avatar Square, and game is over. Well, that was an incredible game of Sorcery.
That's right. So it's crazy some of the cards that end up paying out there. Flanking Maneuver, very good.
The turn
Let's
that
listen.
I went for it, but I'm like, he can't have another one. So let me get one turn of aggression out before I stop you, and then it was over again.
Yeah, it just kept coming up. Removal at the right times, in the right moments. It was just always swinging your way there.
And it's one thing that's crazy here is we're both almost out of deck.
Your 2 scorpions literally killed
It
like
happens.
every single...
Yeah, so big cards there. Whirling Blades, massive. Absolutely massive. Grapple shot,
shots.
massive. Lethal playing a huge role. Very impressed. And flanking maneuver, incredible. Like, it was just movement abilities in this game continue to overperform.
Yeah, and their movement abilities with particular units are going to be very good.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of units that makes sense on.
All right, well, hey, thank you guys for joining us. That was the draft finals from SorceryCon 2024 in Seattle. Congrats to Justin. Incredible performance all day in both Constructed and in Limited.
And an absolutely
very
lovely
great opponent. Yeah. And thank you all for watching, and we appreciate you being here. If you need Sorcery, if you're interested in Sorcery, check us out, teamcovenant.com. We do support the game and sell the game, so if you're looking for booster boxes, that's a good place to find them, depending on when you're seeing this video. And we do have a subscription for the game as well, where you can get every new set, including an exclusive promo, hand-painted. So that's going to be awesome.
And if you're not on Discord,
join it.
there's a lot of great people over there.
We'll see you guys next time. Take care.